Hello everyone, this is Biscuit and welcome to my first ranked VGC video. This is the team I'll be using today. It's based on a team I built for a Fiverr order I received a few weeks ago. My Fiverr is currently closed, but I'll open it up again later, so I'll put a link to it in the description. The original team had Rotom Wash and Togekiss instead of Grimmsnarl and Celesteela, and I may show it off in a future video, but for now this is what I'm practicing with. This team isn't in its final form, so I'm going to keep an eye on it to see if I could make any helpful changes going forward. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas of your own. Okay, enough talk. Let's fight. Okay, here we go. We're going to start searching for our first match. And we're going to pick that team again. And here we go. Personally, I like listening to Marnie 2 while I fight. Most of the time. Just keeps my mood going, you know? Alright, rank 3000. Let's see. Oh, I think I've seen this team before. It's that Arachnid team. Arachnid's real scary. It's really hard to get a lot of damage on it. So, I think our best bet there is probably going to be Tyranitar. In the meantime, I think screens are going to be really helpful. So let's do some screens. And what I'd also like to do is get Dracovish in the back so we can sweep up everything else that isn't Arachnid, and Arachnid doesn't really threaten Dracovish. So if we can get screens and an Intimidate on the Arachnid, you know, let's do, screens and an Intimidate I think just fine. That way, the Arachnid shouldn't be too threatening, and none of the rest of this can really handle Dracovish all that well. I guess Amoonguss, but Amoonguss doesn't pose much threat. So let's see what they toss out here. And you may be wondering, why do you have a grass move on your Celesteela instead of a rock move? Well, it's mostly because I was considering Tapu Fini, which I don't really have a lot of great answers to on this team, so I figured a grass move would help cover for it. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to lead with Porygon 2 and Regieleki. Not a bad lead. So, here's what I'd like to do. I'm not terribly concerned about either of these right now, but I don't want Lucky to set up any screens if I can help it. So let's taunt that. I kind of want to parting shot the Porygon 2, guys. I think it's just going to set up Trick Room. Okay, did they go for an attack? Let's find out. They did. Very smart. Incineroar can take that on the champ. And they're going to get Trick Room up. And that's fine. I think we can stall it out. Especially because Tyranitar will be able to get some really good damage on the Alecki. And Alecki's probably going to be forced to switch out. Oh, there we go. Porygon 2 is probably going to be the slowest on the field here. That's alright. I think these two are going to be able to handle it just fine. I'm just going to throw out the light screen and start throwing out Rock Slides. I don't really have a good switch into Rock Slide except this Landorus, but like I said, it still waits to turn a Trick Room, so that's fine. Let's get some damage off. And they're not going to be getting much damage off in the meantime. Oh, they're switching up Porygon 2. Here comes the Celesteela. Well, that's fine. I'll still take some Rock Slide damage on that. They're leaving in their Alecki. They're going to Volt Switch. They are not going to Volt Switch. Oh, well, we'll take it. I'm more than happy to take that. Is this a Trick Room Celesteela? I suppose I didn't consider that. There's the Araquanid. And here I think is a perfectly fine place to sacrifice the Incineroar. The main thing is I want to keep track of my turns of Sandstorm. So let's go ahead and get a Reflect up. And I don't really want to take a lot of damage on Tyranitar. Maybe I'll just Protect. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Let's get Incineroar out here. And Araquanid, if you go for a Water move, it's probably going to knock him out anyway. But that's alright. But after lowered attack and Reflect, it's possible. Oh, that's the Araquanid, isn't it? Big bug. Yeah, they wanted to change the weather too. Okay. Use up a turn of their max, that's fine with me. I'm just gonna have Grimmsnarl sit there for a bit. Incineroar couldn't take that, but that's alright. Got the Intimidate off, and now if they dare attack, yeah, you're going to take that just fine. If Tyranitar can take a couple attacks, which I think he can, he's going to do a big rock fall. We'll see what happens after that. And Grimmsnarl, I think we'll just save him for a switch in later. 2 turns of Trick Room left. So yeah, let's switch him into Dracovish. And if we really need to, we can have Dracovish use Protect and then switch back out into Grimmsnarl again. So let's see. I think I could knock out either one of them. I'm going to go with Araquanid. I think it's the bigger threat right now. Yeah. I'm wondering if Araquanid's going to max guard, but we will see. With Light Screen and Reflect up and an Intimidate and Sandstorm raising our special defense, this Tyranitar can he's pretty bulky. So let's see what they do here. What we're afraid of is a max guard on the Araquanid. He didn't do it. Okay. Guess they're overriding the Sandstorm, but we still have Light Screen. And there goes our weakness policy, so they can say goodbye to their Araquanid. Unless they have a faster Celesteela. They don't. Or they do. Their Celesteela has higher speed. So, I get my Sandstorm back. I don't think we needed that crit. That's fine. And is Araquanid just going to use Flash Cannon on Dracovish again? Yeah, here we go. We love to see that. Now Celesteela's in a really bad position. Oregon 2. Special attack, that's fine. I'm going to... What, last turn Trick Room? Alright. Let's switch you back out into Grimmsnarl. And let's do a Rockfall on the Porygon. Right? Yeah, Rockfall. Or is I think a Knuckle's actually stronger. I think it's about the same. Okay. Oh, they're still slower. Ooh. We lived. Well, that's okay. They're not going to be able to get up another Trick Room. Grimmsnarl can take that. And that's fine. That's why we brought him back out. Now we're in a really good spot. Yeah, Beast Boost, that's fine. But now we've got a +3 Tyranitar. Oh, it just hangs on. But that's fine. +3 Tyranitar. And I'm just going to send Dracovish out. Celestia is bulky, but it's taking some damage, so it can't take a Fish's Rend. And the Max Darkness... Let's just do a Knuckle. Why not? Knuckle on the Porygon. This team really excels when you can get the right positioning. Just set up to where Dracovish can get a kill, and you just win from there. Bop. Big damage. Fish's Rend is so strong. And if you... Oh yeah, you can recover, but that's not going to be enough. I forgot that the Porygon 2 was faster. Didn't really matter though. Whoosh. And there we go. First battle, first win. So this team really excels when you can get the positioning for Dracovish to get even one knockout. Because when it gets one, it threatens with another one. Or they have to focus their energy on defeating it, which means your other powerful Pokemon, like Tyranitar, especially with that, with the weakness policy, can be even more threatening. So I really like where we're going with this team so far. Gonna hydrate myself a little bit. Gotta stay hydrated between battles. Marnie 2 once again. Rank 10,000. Well, let's see what they got. Venuco. I'm wondering if that's a Defiant Thundurus, but I'm really thinking it's Prankster. Either way, we're going to lead with Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is a really good answer into the Torkoal, and I like Garchomp here. And I'm wondering if Tyranitar Dracovish is the play in the back. Celesteela is looking kind of good, except for the Metagross. Celesteela really struggles against steel types. So to deal with that Metagross, which I'm pretty sure is going to be coming out, Incineroar and Dracovish are really good choices. But without Sand, that does make it a little tough. I really like Tyranitar in the back, just to control the weather. So let's do that. And let's... Dracovish. You know, maybe I'll just put my trust in Dracovish. Because Metagross can't do amazing damage to Dracovish, because most of them don't carry Stab Psychic these days. They usually do Steel, Ice, Ground, Protect, maybe Bullet Punch. They're going to time out. They timed out. So we're not going to see the Metagross. We're going to see the Thundurus in the back with the Porygon. And they're going to lead with a nice trainer card. I respect it, but they're going to lead with Venusaur Torkoal. Yep, there we go. So here's what we're going to do. I've considered this situation because the previous team struggled with this, which is why I changed to Grimmsnarl. So we're going to taunt, just because we don't want Sleep Powder, and max Rockfall the Torkoal. That way we change the weather, and we get rid of Torkoal, and the Venusaur isn't actually going to do a lot of damage if it does Dynamax. And even if it does get a max Vine Lash off, we can just Light Screen next turn. And also, it's not going to go first next turn. Garchomp's definitely faster. Okay, they maxed. So, I don't know who they're going to throw that Vine Lash onto. It'll hurt, but I don't think it's going to knock either of these out. Well, it's definitely not going to knock out Garchomp. And now we know next turn it can't max guard, which is really nice to know. So then we can start boosting our special defense with Max Quake. That'll take some Vine Lash damage, but it's really not the end of the world. Especially with their Torkoal just going to get... If it's not completely knocked out, the Sand's going to really mess it up. Well, that's fine. Really, I wanted to change the weather more than anything. Ooh, that did a nice chunk of damage. Oh, that's why. Well, I got 2 crits last game. I don't think either... Well, okay, the one against Regieleki did matter. Okay. But we got Sandstorm up. And we're going to set up Light Screen, and we're going to max Quake the Venusaur. And I guess there's a chance that they could switch into Thundurus. But 1, I don't think they're going to do that. And 2, if they do, then they've wasted their max. So max Quake, get our special defense up, get some damage. And also, we're not going to take too much damage from Eruption. Unless they Burning Jealousy. I should have considered that. Maybe I should have just Quaked Torkoal. But I didn't want them to switch into Thundurus, and I did want the special defense boost. So we'll see where this gets us. We still have Tyranitar and Dracovish in the back. So as long as we can get rid of this Venusaur, I think the rest of it is going to work out just fine. Nice chunk. Now with Vines and Life Orb and another attack, I think this Garchomp's going to go down here. Oh, they're using the... Well, that's okay. We take that like a champ. I hope it's not Burning Jealousy. Sludge Bomb? Okay. We'll take a Sludge Bomb. 2 super effective attacks on the Grimmsnarl, and he's still sitting there. I don't think it's even worth it to throw out another... Reflect. So I say, in case they switch their Torkoal, I'm going to Taunt. And let's just go for another Max Quake. Get rid of that Venusaur. Now it has a boost. And Grimmsnarl is going to go down here. That's just fine. Okay, protect. Whatever. As long as Torkoal is out, it's not going to be setting up the sun. So really, it being on the field is not threatening to me. Say goodbye to Grimmsnarl. We still have Garchomp out on the field. The Vine Lash isn't going to knock it out. Goodbye. And we're going to get Dracovish out. And start throwing out those vicious rains. I think a Vicious Rend and a Rock Slide is going to be good here. Just as I expected. Thunderous. I forget its speed tier exactly. It does have Pranksters, so Vicious Rend may not get that first attack bonus, but that plus a Rock Slide should take care of things. And I don't think the Rock Slide is going to knock out Torkoal, but it's not going to like it. And when Sandstorm does run out in a couple of turns, we also have Tyranitar in the back. Ooh, but Garchomp's going to get knocked out this turn, so we're going to lose our... Oh, it didn't use... Okay. Ooh, what is that? Figgy? Wiki? Oh, it's not fast enough. That works for me. I really thought Vicious Rend was going to be enough. With a Choice Band, that makes it just as good as Strong Jaw. And we get Sand Rush instead. Yawn? Well, that's okay. I only need one more turn with Dracovish, to be honest. Dracovish takes the Vine Lash. Garchomp goes down. Then we're going to bring out Tyranitar, which is going to be more than enough to deal with the Torkoal and the upcoming Porygon. Really too bad that they timed out, but we'll take it. Special attack boost? Yeah, that's okay. We're going to give it a nice bite and another Rock Slide. They'll probably double protect, but that still doesn't really put them in a good position. Because if they want to throw out Trick Room, that means... Well, maybe they'll protect and Trick Room. But then they'll die. Yeah, we're in a really good position here. The only thing they can do is double protect to protect themselves. But even if they do that, then Tyranitar is going to get another Rock Slide off before Porygon can Trick Room. And no protects. Bonk. Big damage. I don't think this Rock Slide's going to knock out the Porygon. It didn't knock out either of them. Porygon will go down. Oh, the double flinch! No! Oh no. We have gotten so lucky today. I don't know if that really mattered, but man, that's gotta feel bad. I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve it. You didn't deserve the double flinch. No protect, that's just gonna waste a turn of my sleep. That's fine. We're just gonna Rock Slide again. 95% chance to hit this. And yeah, that's enough. Now all we need to do is throw out a Lash Out. Another bit of hydration. Stay hydrated, everybody. Vicious Rend, Lash Out, and that's the game. Oh, that double flinch. Oh. Oh, they didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve it. Alright. Well, we'll keep going. This will be our third one. Let's make it the last one. Oh, man. don't even know what to say after that. But you do see the pure pressure that Dracovish puts out. Even if it doesn't get a knockout, it just does so much damage that they're in such a bad position just for taking it, and they still have to deal with it the next turn if they don't knock it out. Okay, we got... This looks like a good Garchomp game. We don't have a great way of stopping Tailwind unless we fake out and just knock it out with something. I think Celesteela is going to have to come out here, and I think we're going to have to put Dracovish on the bench. Let's see. What do we do here? Incineroar is definitely coming out. Is it coming out first? I don't think we're going to need Grimmsnarl. I really like Garchomp and Incineroar. I like Celesteela. Dracovish, even without Sand, threatens a lot of these. It walls Rotom. It walls Metagross. It walls so much of their team except for the Regidrago. So let's do Incineroar. Let's do Garchomp. Let's do Dracovish. Do we bring the Tyranitar at 16? That's the tough one. Let's do Celesteela. That will really help against Regidrago and Rotom because we have a grass move on it. Rotom has an electric move for us, but it's not going to knock us out in one hit. And if they spend a turn using Nasty Plot, then they're probably going to run red. What do we have coming up here? Tornadus and Metagross. So, what I want to do is, I don't want to trigger that weakness policy for no reason. So I want to do this, and I want to set up some sand. Set up some sand. That way we can get out Dracovish if we need. Take a sip. So this way, Tornadus is going to flinch or protect. If it protects, well, that's the best case scenario for them. But we really don't want Tailwind to go up. Okay, we're maxing. We don't know if they're maxing yet. If they are, then I don't think that's so bad for us. But we don't want them to start getting defense boosts. That's the scary thing. Okay. We're gonna max there. Wait. Is that the Tornadus? No, okay. Alright. So we're gonna flinch this Tornadus then. And I should think a Life Orb Max Rockfall is gonna knock it out. Let's see what the Metagross does. Probably gonna be a Steel Spike into Garchomp. Hailstorm. I should have expected that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Well, there goes our max. But they didn't get a defense boost. But they did set up Hail. Was it worth it to get rid of Tailwind? Well, let's see. We have Celesteela, Flamethrower. So here's what I want to do. I want to get out Dracovish and just toss out some strong moves. Now we don't have any save. Uh-oh. That's really bad for us. Okay. Well, let's parting shot the Regidrago and get out the Celesteela again. We're absolutely on the back foot this game. I even said before the match that they carry ice moves. Ah, man. If I brought Tyranitar here instead. I'm probably really happy to see Celesteela instead of, say, Grimmsnarl. I wouldn't have liked Grimmsnarl. Quake, and Incineroar. That should knock out. Whew. We're in a bad spot. Yes, we are. Now, Regidrago doesn't have any damage. It's just going to Dragon Energy and destroy the Dracovish. Yeah, we've absolutely lost this one. This was a fast game. Well, let's get some damage here, and I guess we'll just Flash Cannon. I don't think it really matters. That's the best play I can think of. We did so much damage to Celesteela, even though it was resisted, and even though I have Assault Vest. Maybe it's Choice Specs. No, it's probably just Dragon Fang. Regidrago's ability is that good. Protect, huh? There's a good chance that we're going to be faster. Yeah. Nice damage. No damage here. What are you going to do? Steel Spike? I just want the defense boost. Ouch! I haven't even triggered your weakness policy yet. Is it that slow? It's slower. But they did that so they could get their next Dragon Energy off, I'm sure. So that was a good play. So let's try this. There's a small chance we're going to be faster. We're not max speed. We're adamant. But we're not jolly. Yep, that's what I thought. That's going to do it. Smart play. Even if I'd knocked out the crit. Even if I'd knocked out the Metagross with a double up, it wouldn't have mattered. Ooh. I definitely could have brought some different Pokemon to that. I should have considered that sort of end game, and I also should have considered the Max Hailstorm. So maybe what I should have just done is allowed them to get the Hailstorm off and threaten with something else. You know, or even with Tailwind. Even with Tailwind, Dracovish would have been faster. Let's see what they got. No Protect. No Protect. But that didn't matter. Do we have any Protect? We got that. And what was it? Dragon Fang? Dragon Pulse, Draco Meteor. An Ally Switch. They have one Protect user on the whole team. That's some hyper offense. But they have Ally Switch. Okay, well that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this team or thoughts, you can toss them in the comments. If you have any ideas for some potential moveset changes or even IV changes, let me know. And if you want to use that rental code at the beginning of the video, let me know what your results are like. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful